theme. What's the theme? So as you get this thing going and as you get this process growing and as things are really starting to take off, what is it that the theme is going to be? But even on a small scale, we can do cookies, we can do snacks, we can do waters, we can do wine and cheese depending on the area. Get with your partner and figure out what that's going to be. Obviously, you got to schedule it, right? So schedule the date, and then here's what I want you to do. I want you to begin the countdown. One thing I would recommend to you is never, ever, ever schedule it in less than 10 days, right? You always have to at least have 10 days to properly market your mega open house. All right, here's your 10-day countdown. 10 days to the event, create a Facebook event, invite people, share it on your business page. If it's appropriate, share it on your personal page, and yes, boost it. Boost it to the area. Let people know that there's going to be an open house. Make sure, little point, make sure that you are titling it correctly. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, extravagant, da-da-da-da-da. Remember how it appears on your phone or on your computer from an alert perspective. If you're boosting it, you want to make sure, because if you're boosting it to a neighborhood, for example, you want to make sure that those people in that neighborhood recognize that that property is in the neighborhood. So make sure you're titling it correctly. Send out the invites, right? Very important, sending out invites. 9 days left, post a video to your Facebook event of you in front of the property, right? I can't wait. 9 days left. I'm going to have this great property, mega open house, right? Again, if you schedule your mega open houses correctly, when is the day of your mega open house? It's usually going to be the day before or the day after the property goes live. So you can really build some demand if you'll combine this with your coming soon strategy. So don't forget that. All right, 8 days left. Post another video of the property. This time you're going to focus on a key feature, right? Is it a swimming pool? Does it have amazing views? Is the kitchen really cool? Like something kind of cool and hip about the property. Day 7, we're going to commit to knocking on doors. We're going to knock on 20 doors in the neighborhood and do a personal invitation. So you're going to have something printed off, right? You want to have something to be able to hand them. And of course, if they're not there, then you're going to stick it in the door and say, hey, I'm doing an open house. I wanted to make sure that you got a personal invite. Folks, this is critical. Follow your scripts. Not going to go into scripts today. Make sure you follow your scripts. Also, do another post on the property event. Understand, we've done a post now. We created it on day 10. And we've done 3 consecutive days of creating a video, posting it on the Facebook event, sharing it onto our business page, and if appropriate, putting it on our personal page. Day 6, knocking on 20 doors. I'm placing the ad in the newspaper for the open house. And of course, in some markets, that's appropriate. Some markets, it's not. Figure out what yours is, right? And then we're going to enter the open house in all of the appropriate sites. Coldwell or CB Distinctive, you can enter the open house in there and it'll populate to the open house page. Same thing for Realtor and Trulia and Zillow and your MLS. Make sure you have a list of those things and you include it in your process. Folks, written process. Day 5, knocking on 20 doors. I'm posting a video to Facebook event and the business page, and I'm finalizing and confirming everything with my lender. That means, what's the lender going to be bringing? Making sure that the lender understands their role in the open house. That's the sign-in. Making sure that they're prepared with the right information that you want them to have, right? Remember, just because they're a lender doesn't mean that they're a salesperson. So you might need to help them out a little bit. Hey, come with different rate structures. Come with Fannie and Freddie and FHA and conventional and non-conventional and USAA and put all of that stuff together. But hey, listen, if the property needs some things that could be adjusted, right, remodeled, maybe you want them to come with a 203 plan. Like, think it through, right? Make sure that they're there and prepared to best serve the open house clients. And of course, they can also participate in the invitation process. So make sure that's part of it. So day 4, email the announcement, the invitations, if you will, out to your sphere of influence and your CRM. Very important. Knock on 20 doors. Day 3, do the final walkthrough of the house. Now listen, we got to make sure that the house is properly prepared. We're doing this 72 hours ahead of time so that if there are adjustments that need to be made to the home, you have plenty of time to tell the seller what needs to take place. Do not wait, folks. 72 hours is great. Great, boom, 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 boom. We're perfect, okay? Knock on 20 doors. Again, posting a video to Facebook event and business page. 2 days. We are going to post a sign in the front yard. Now listen, you can do this on day 2 or 4 or 3 or 4 as well, but I have it on my list as 2 days, but 2 days ahead of time, boom, sign goes in the front yard, open house on Saturday, 1 to 4, right? You get it, right? But you got to make sure you post it correctly. Some agents will actually put a note next to the doorbell or on the front door, making sure that it says, please don't disturb the owner. Open house will be on Saturday from 1 to 4. So they do that at both places because sometimes people don't see it on the sign and they go knock on the door, and that can oftentimes be a bad thing. We are knocking on 20 doors again, so keep in mind, we've knocked on 100 doors now. And then the day of, important, listen to me, the day of, 20 or more signs. I know it seems crazy to you, and I know exactly what you're all doing. I don't know, 4, 6. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you will put 20 plus signs, flags, balloons, do the whole deal, it will literally change your life. That's all I'm gonna leave. Stage the property, make sure you get there at least an hour ahead of time, make sure the property is absolutely perfect, the lights are absolutely perfect, it smells great, the air is correct, like everything is right. You only have one shot at a first impression. And not only do you risk the potential buyer walking in and not falling in love with that property, but if you haven't paid attention to the details, the neighbor down the street that's getting ready to list their property may very well walk in and see that you haven't paid attention to the details, and they will not list their property because of their experience with this listing. So make sure that you do it correctly. Remember, your lender's job there is to be the person at the front door. They're there greeting people and getting them to sign in. People are signing in to your CBIQ open house page. Remember, it already exists for you. You don't need to pay for it. Like, we've already got it for you. And it goes directly into your CRM. Very, very important. Make sure that your tour is set up completely the way it's supposed to be. And I mean everything. This is the way we greet people. This is how we have them sign in. This is where the information on the property sits, right? It doesn't sit right there at the front door where people can just grab it. No, they have to. There's a process, right? They shake the lender's hand. The lender has them sign in. The lender then introduces them to the real estate agent. The real estate agent passes on the information. The real estate agent says, "Hey, let me give you a tour. Here's how we do the tour. These are the features that I'm pointing out." There's a script to this, y'all, right? There's a script. I'm asking the right questions at the right time. I'm trying to identify problems that I might be able to solve. That's the job of a real estate professional. Let's see, at the end of the event, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, great, I'm gonna take all this information, I'm gonna go back to the office and maybe I'm gonna do it tomorrow," or whatever. I'm gonna just tell you right now, always schedule an additional half hour. At the end of the event, the two things that you're going to do is you're going to simply shoot a very quick video to your seller saying, "Hey, we had a great turnout, we had 32 people, some great interest, here's what happened, da, 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 da. I'm going to follow up with all those people. If you need anything, let me know." Right? Update them right now. They want to know right now. They don't want to know tomorrow, right? And shoot a video, and they get to see your excitement and your personality, and of course they get to see that you're still there. And the next thing I want you to do is every single person that came into your open house, I want you to shoot a video saying thank you. Make your script. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. I really appreciate you spending the time to come in and take a look at the property. If there's anything at all that I can do for you, please let me know. By the way, I'm really looking for some feedback on what you thought of the property, that kind of thing, right? Make sure you shoot the video right then and there and you send it to them, all right? I would also include some kind of a disclaimer if they are a potential buyer, that you're gonna be out looking for the right property for them, all right? And then of course, everybody, if they signed in on our CBIQ, they're now in your CRM. So make sure you go in and you subscribe them to your market update. You subscribe them to your newsletter. Those are the low-hanging fruit. Takes you about 30 seconds to do that. And then of course you certainly can create the auto alerts for specific properties that they're interested in. But I want you to remember, right, while that's a very important touch, that's not the end of it. If you've got buyers, it's very, very important that you identify the areas specific that they want to buy in, and you get out and you find those people. So that could be a letter. I hope this mega open house strategy helped you. I know this is a longer video than normal, but I wanted to really dig in and make sure that you had the process. Make sure it's written out. Make sure you do it every single time. And if you really do want to be the captain, you got to write the checks. Have a great day. And as always, be distinctive.